Surprise, everybody. No lead up, no telling you we were going to launch. We have just dropped Bloodsmith issue 1 and 2, our brand new horror miniseries by the amazing Morgan Quiad and the awesome artist Dav Swartz. So we are going to be talking for the next, say, hour or so in regards to the project, what it's about, enticing you guys to check it out on a Kickstarter and to answer any questions that you may have as well. So if you are watching this live, comment below, say hello. We will give a shout out. We'll chuck the Kickstarter in the links as well. But before we get into all that, Morgan, how you going, mates? Thanks so much for coming on for the live launch.
Thank you for having me. I am 100% prepared and ready, and everything is great.
So if we want to give people a little bit of a background, I have been sick for the past 5 or 6 days. My 2 little ones have been sick also. So this project that we're going to build up to and do this massive pre-launch and all this type of stuff has got a little bit by the wayside, but we're here, we're excited. It's a very cool series. I've already had a few people reach out to me and go, oh, you're doing something different, which is great to see that people are looking for something different from comics to movies. Yeah, I'm super happy to be partnering with you and launching something that's more horror, more darker, and not so mythology based. So
yeah, vomiting puppets, people. Vomiting puppets.
That's been my favorite marketing image. Like, I've got like vomiting puppets. I'm like, what more can you say? But before we show the Kickstarter and everything, can you give us a little bit of rundown of what Bloodsmith is, and how many issues and that type of thing?
I certainly can. So it's kind of an urban fantasy horror story around the 19th century, a little bit steampunky, and it's essentially centers around a figure called Idris Harrow. I think I've got his name correct. I hope I've got his name correct because I wrote it. Anyway, so this guy, his gift, his magical ability or whatever is that he can manipulate blood, his own blood in particular, to use it as kind of a weapon or a defensive mechanism or just to grab a bottle of scotch or whatever the need might be. And so it's him and a couple of other characters that are sort of around him that are called on by a Scotland Yard type area when things go awry. And the story is that things are going awry. Essentially, there's something in the water that is causing people to exhibit tentacular problems. Don't even know if that's the right way to use that, but it's a very sort of Cthulhian kind of Lovecraftian something bad is happening, and it gets very bad very, very quickly. Harrow is called to investigate with his team, and then they start getting into it, hence the vomiting puppets and all that. So the vomiting puppets is a character called Abigail, who has to be one of my favorite characters ever, because she dresses in a very dour kind of funeral kind of dress, and she has a puppet, and she speaks only through that puppet, which I just think is really cool for a character. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch going on. There's 2 issues in this campaign, 2 full color issues. So issue 1, issue 2. There are 6 different cover options. There are some exclusive black and white covers, which look amazing. And there's some variations, some variants for the standard sort of covers as well. All from Dav Swartz. So the artwork is just beautiful throughout, and the colors are amazing in the book, as you'll see. But essentially, that's the story, and this is kind of, with these first 2 issues, kind of chapter 1, the big sort of introduction. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Like you came to me and pitched this project, and you had almost, I think you had issue 1 completed, and like the first thing that grabbed me was Dave's artwork. I was just like,
Yeah.
it was great. Again, I do like that mythology style of thing. So to have it based in Old England again drew me straight into it. But I am a bit of a horror fan. I do like my horror movies and everything like that. But it's just a genre that, especially in comics, that I find really difficult to write. Because like you don't get that, like, horror movies, you can use the suspense in regards to music or tension or all that type of stuff, where I find that really hard to convey in a comic book. So when I was reading what you were doing, I was like, this is how you do it. This is really good. Is that something that you find difficult? Because I know that you have done several like darker type of stories. So do you find that fairly easy to convey in comics?
Well, I write a lot of novels, not a lot, but I write novels as well. So the novels are that kind of slower burn where, like you say, you can slowly build up and then have a really, big twist and all that sort of stuff. The thing I like about comics is you can get really quickly to the point. And even with horror, I 100% get what you say, that there's this build up that you need, and, you turn the page and something shocking happens and all that sort of stuff. But what I like about comics is you can go fairly light on the mythology initially and on the world building and all that sort of stuff, and get straight to a story. And you can just keep punching people in the face, basically, with this shock and this shock and this thing and this thing, and then kind of build your characters and develop everything around that, rather than taking some time, introduce the world, introduce the characters. I love the idea of just getting straight in it, and page 1 to 4, you've already been slapped in the face by something. So you're under no illusions. All right, so it's going to get pretty weird pretty quick, and there's going to be some nastiness, Yeah, so I like it, but
Yeah, I was going to say, sorry to jump in there, but I was going to say that's one thing that grabbed me as well when I read it, was that I guess with thrillers, there's like this really big, long lead up. And I guess sometimes with novels that is as well, where with this, it was like the first 4 pages, you're like, bang, man, and just like, here it is. Like there's no pussyfooting around it, no slow introduction. It's like, bang, here you go. This is what we're doing, type of thing. So I really enjoyed that. So but what we might do is again, I can see people jumping in and out of the live stream. So chuck a comment, say hello. If you've backed the campaign, also let us know, and we will chuck up your comment to say that you have backed the project. So thank you very much. But we are already live, so I'll add it on there. We have already got 8 backers, and we are already at $425, which is amazing. To I've been live for about 15 minutes, which is pretty cool. So so for this project, we are looking to raise $4,000. It is for both issue 1 and 2. So the one thing that we decided to do with this series is do 2 issues straight off the bat, rather than just a number 1, which is what a lot of people do. So I think that's a really cool and enticing way to tell people that we're quite serious about this series, and that they're not going to have to wait too much longer for more issues to excuse me, to come along. I was hoping I was going to last longer than 10 minutes before I started, but there we go. So now the Kickstarter video, is that the same video that we showed at the start?
Yeah, that's the intro video.
Yeah, so that's the same video. So we're live for 31 days. So that's going to take us up until the middle of November to late November. The books are 100% already completed, so it's literally just the graphic design work that we're needing to do around it and sending it off to the printers. So I think that was another thing that I was excited to work with you, Morgan, is that we actually had these finished prior to even coming to Kickstarter.
Yeah, it makes it a heck of a lot easier, that's for sure.
Yeah. So you can go down. Here is Dave's beautiful artworks. This is the main cover, so which is absolutely beautiful. And then I do love these two covers. So we've got the variant cover for issue 1, and then the black and white variant. Whenever I've done Kickstarters, like I always try to think of, well, what else can I kind of do differently? And when you sent through this black and white image, I'm like, that's great. I've actually never done a black and white cover, and especially I think with horror and then the Bloodsmith logo, like I just felt like it really popped. So we're doing a exclusive run of only 50 of these. So if you guys want one of those, just check that out. So we've got someone in here. Man Deep, how you going, my friend? We were just drawing you last night, so I'll tell you all about that at a later date. But yes, good to see you here, mate. Thank you very much. So we've got that. I think that's a really cool idea. The other thing that we might do, if we're able to get past our initial goals, one of those stretch goals, is maybe add in a foil variant, because I reckon that black and white cover in foil would look really cool.
Yeah, it would.
I probably should have spoken to you before I just blurted that
out.
That's
whatever, dude. Whatever, it's fine.
I do that a lot sometimes. I should warn you about that. It's
we're gonna give away ukuleles and flower pots next week.
Yeah,
it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, that's why I announced Dan's just gonna to do naked live streams and everything like that. And I was like, I probably should have asked his permission before I offered his services up like that. But so as we keep going down, I think the one thing that I love about projects is making sure that you entice people enough to the book to that they will want to back it. And again, being able to show these pages by Dave, I reckon is great. So straight away you've got the main character there using his power to get himself his bottle that he probably could have reached across and got if he really wanted. And then as we see, it goes straight into the abyss, the bad stuff that's going to
look at that
happen. And then to finish off with a splash, I'm like, mate, if you're a horror fan and that doesn't grab you to kind of back this book, I literally don't know what will. But for me, when I was reading this pitch, that when I got to that page, I'm like, yep, okay, I've made up my mind, because usually I'm that type of person that's like, I'll sleep on it, I'll think about it. I was like, nah. I'm like, yep, I want this.
Yeah, amazing, that page. It's such a, and I love just the the nuns in the background, and it's so well done, so beautiful.
Nuns are creepy. When you do them evil, they're creepy. I'm like, there's something around that. I watched The Pope's Exorcist with Russell Crowe, and even him as a priest, because he is a little bit more gruff and everything like that, he kind of was a little bit freaky in himself. He didn't come across as that angelic type of priest that a lot of times is portrayed in films and everything. So that image is super cool. So now who is going to love Bloodsmith? So people that love like Hellboy, Van Helsing, League of the Extraordinary Gentlemen, and other like horror fantasy stories. People like Underworld, The Nevers, Carnival Row, Penny Dreadful, all those super cool tales of terrifying monsters that lurk in the dark. And of course, one thing that I'm really proud of with Comics to Movies and working with Morgan and Dave is that it's superior quality artwork. It is great storytelling. It is great action, and it's a quite high end book, I feel, in regards to production and everything. So now this is just Comics to Movies, but I know, Morgan, you've done how many campaigns now in regards to Kickstarter?
Probably 9 or 10, something like that.
9 or 10. So we're a little bit old hands these days in regards to Kickstarter. So we want you guys that are backing to understand that you will definitely get these rewards, that this is literally just to fund the printing of the books, the shipping of the books, and to get it out to you guys. So everything is actually completed and ready to go. So now, do most of your projects, do you do that, Morgan? Do you usually have most of the stuff ready to go prior to launching?
Yeah, every single one. The only thing that's not done, which is kind of the same with this project, is if there's drawn in options, so people are getting added into the comic. But apart from that, I prefer to have it all done, so there's a bit of confidence that people know it's you're going to get the book. It's done, it's ready, we're just trying to send it out to you. Yeah, absolutely. And it also means then I can pick the artwork that I want to show, and I could sort of I'm not limited to a couple of pages up the front and that's it. I can kind of pick the best bits of art.
I think that's a couple of mistakes I've made sometimes, is that if I've only got a limited amount of artwork, then you can only show a limited amount of artwork. So even though, like, if because the story's already done all the time, that you're just like, well, oh wow, I know that's going to be an awesome splash page, and I'd really like to show that, but I haven't done that yet. So that's one thing I would recommend to creators, if they are able to, is to get as much of the book done before they launch. So as we mentioned, this is for issue 1 and 2. So this is going to be the standard cover for issue 2, and there we talk about the character that's in a dire, like, is it like a funeral attire? That's
the like funeral dress.
And then the puppet. Love it, absolutely love it. And I also like this like Watson type style of character.
The baffled police inspector that doesn't know what's going on, and trying to keep up with them.
That's it. In regards to our production, as we said, Kickstarter is launched now. It'll end the middle of November. We'll get all of the drawing rewards and done at the beginning of December. Now we'll probably get the books delivered to us most likely early January, just because of the close of Christmas, and then we'll ship it pretty much straight away. So Australian backers will ship late January, and then all international backers in early February next year. So it'll be a pretty quick turnaround in everything in regards to this. And then these are the variant covers for issue 2, which is kind of cool, that black and white. It's really nice to see the difference in Dave's style with his colors and the black and white as well, which looks awesome. So
now
can you tell us a little bit about David, where he's from, and how you connected in with him?
So Dave was I found him through another artist. And apologies, Caleb. So Caleb, I think his surname is pronounced Penquis, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, he was using working with Dave on a project, and so I contacted the creator and said, "Oh, hey, would you be okay if I got in contact with your artist, because his artwork looks amazing?" And then that's how I found Dave. And then the second issue of Enmity, which, so by the way, the first issue of Enmity is a bonus PDF as part of the bundle for this campaign. So the second issue was, the artwork was done by Dave, and that was kind of the first comic I worked through with him. And I just love the artwork so much that I thought, well, I kind of need to do another book now. I really want to do a book. And I hadn't done a 19th century Lovecraftian kind of horror, and really wanted to. So I knew his style would be really good for this sort of thing. So I said, "Do you want to do it?" He said, "Yep." And then bang, off we went. And he is a consummate professional when it comes to an artist. Just the quality is great. He's so quick and, always on time, all that sort of stuff. Cannot say enough good things about Dave. And the artwork kind of speaks for itself as well. It's pretty amazing stuff. And that's how we got Bloodsmith.
I think that's another great thing with Kickstarter, is that ability to look at other projects and go, "Oh, I really like that style. I've got another idea that would suit like that style." And then if you're not connected already on Facebook with that person, being able to reach out to the creator, going, "Oh, do you have their contact details? Do you mind?" So on and so forth. And I've got to say, most indie creators are really good, because they want their artists to keep working and so they can keep doing what they're doing. So most people are pretty supportive in sharing contacts and that type of stuff. So
and it's one of the things as a creator, if you're not an artist, finding a really good artist that's dependable and great quality and available as well is quite a hard thing to do. Hey, thanks, Mandeep.
Thanks, Mandeep. We appreciate it, mate. Sorry, I know you.
Money. Yeah. Next month.
Poor Mandeep. I think he puts me on silent. I think sometimes on Facebook, he's like, "Oh, Shaun, don't be launching another project. I'm trying to save money this month." So, no, mate, we really appreciate it, and we need to convince Rebels to do another Rebels con, so I can get back to France and catch up with all you guys again. So, which would be amazing. But I was going to say, I'm going to go back to the project now, because we have reached over $500 in less than an hour, which is fantastic, from 14 backers. So thank you everyone who has backed so far. We appreciate that. So the other thing is, if you can't back, please just share the campaign link around. That kind of helps us as much as anything else as well, in regards to just sharing the link around. We understand financial constraints and all that for people, so make sure that that if you can't back, that is absolutely fine, but if you can share the link around, that's fantastic as well. So for people that might not have backed before, nothing is charged until we have reached our goal and the project ends. So you can pledge now, pledge early, and understand that it won't come out for 31 days. So the reason why we ask that is the beautiful algorithms of Kickstarter is that the more backers and more pledging we get early on in the campaign helps the projects stay at a higher visibility rate on Kickstarter, which in turn helps more and more with getting new backers and new projects. So thank you to the person that just pledged as well. So
keep talking, Shaun. Keep talking. The more you talk, the more we get.
Yeah, without coughing, Shaun. Without coughing.
Yeah. Well, the other thing to mention as well is day one backers will all get the Bloodsmith theme song, which is featured in the video. So there's a little extra thing for everyone that backs today or within the first 24 hours.
Yes. I forgot to mention that. So that's one thing that we to again entice people to back on that day one is a special theme song just for you guys based around Bloodsmith, which I think is kind of cool because whenever I read comics, I always very much go straight into that film TV series type of mindset. So I'm always like, well, what music kind of fits in with that? So with like my XCT series, I always like listen to Linkin Park. So I'm like, I've just got like that, I don't know what it is about that. That
fighting music.
Yeah. I'm depressed and like, I'm gonna kill you type of music. So yes, it's kind of cool to be able to have that in the thing. So do you want to talk about some of the rewards that we're going to offer people here?
Yeah, let's do it. So the first one is the digital bundle, and I do mean bundle, ladies and gentlemen. So you get the Bloodsmith issues 1 and 2 PDFs. You also get Enmity, which is the series I spoke about before. You get issue 1 from that. You get Talos issue 1, which Shaun mentioned. I think you mentioned before. Bring on the mythology and such. And then you get Shadow's Daughter, which now, as a writer, you put a lot of thought into your writing and you do a lot of stuff and you write novels and screenplays and all this stuff. And, sometimes things kind of blend over from one to... So the Shadow's Daughter is about a young bounty hunter who can manipulate Shadow and use it as a weapon and stuff. So eagle-eyed viewers might notice that there's some sort of link there between Bloodsmith but they're completely different universes, different characters, different things. But you can tell the sort of things that I'm currently fascinated with. So yeah, Shadow's Daughter is included. That's a black and white manga-ish style comic. So you get five comics in that bundle, which is pretty cool. And then it's pretty much from then on, you can get that if you're just a digital, but then from then on, that bundle is with everything from that point on.
And for $10, like that's pretty good. Like most digital PDFs are $5 by themselves these days, like type thing. So to get 5 comics straight off the back for $10, like I reckon that's a pretty good deal in regards to getting 2 brand new issues as well as a bit of an enticing look at first issues type of thing. So if that's the minimum, guys, I think that's a great bundle reward that you can get.
And that's $10 Australian. So if you're in the US, that's like way less because like we've just got crap dollar over here. Our dollar's no good.
No good.
Please take our dollar. It's no good. Yeah, that's even good. All right, so on to the first print round. So yeah, you get issues 1 and 2 with the standard covers, which are still amazing, and then the bundle, the PDF bundle as well, with the 3 extra comics, which is pretty sweet. And then the variants. So same issue 1, issue 2, but with the variant covers instead of the standards. Really, really cool covers. I love the one with the zombie dude. He's not a zombie, but he's, kind of infected guy. And then the exclusive limited edition black and white ones. So is there 30 of these? Am I right?
So there's 30 of this reward tier level, so $55. And we've made available 20 as add-ons. So, but there is going to only be 50 of this print run altogether. So, so yeah, so if you're just wanting the issue 1 cover or issue 2 cover, you can do that as an add-on, but they are limited to just 2 per person, and there is only 20 of them as an add-on. If you want both of them, then this is the reward to get, and there's only 30 of them available like this. So yeah, as I said, if they all sell out, well, maybe we'll look at seeing if we can add another special thing to this. But yeah, at the moment, we kind of want to do something like super exclusive, a type of thing. I've gone, I love the variant covers and doing that, but I wanted to also really focus on something that was like a collector's item, and I think this is a great option in regards to offering that.
Yeah, and they just look amazing. It's really weird. You see the color versions and you think, oh, they're just amazing, and then you see a black and white. It's such a simple thing, but it looks so good.
I know. That's the thing keeps blowing my mind. I'm like, it's just black and white, but it just, yeah, and that's what I think like impresses me so much about Dave's artwork, is that it looks great as colors, and it looks amazing as black and white. Where a lot of the times, like, I'll see artwork and I'm like, okay, the colors really enhanced that artwork. Where with this, I'm like, I could take either.
Yeah.
Like, type of thing. So, yeah.
100%. All right. So this is we get into the kind of collector bundles now. So you get all 6 cover options, A3 print of Zombie Man. Again, not a zombie, but I'm just going to call him. I don't know what to call him. And the digital bundle. So this is kind of for the person that must have them all. You can have them all, and then you get this bonus A3 print as well, and of course the digital comics.
Now, the other cool thing with this one is the issue 1 is going to be the expanded version. So we'll have some extra artwork in it. So that is another incentive to kind of, if you're a collector, to get these high tier rewards. It'll have extra artwork. It will have the cast draw in, which we'll get into in a second. It'll have like a couple of behind the scenes and other artwork to it as well. So and then, as I said, because you get all 6 covers, those first issues will be those expanded versions. So
yeah, sweet. All right, so now we have the premium Bloodsmith collector bundle, which has everything that you just saw before, but instead of 1 A3 print, you get 3 A3 prints. You get also, as Shaun was saying, the expanded issue 1s with the extra artwork and everything else in the back. And then you get the Bloodsmith t-shirts that you could wear and impress your friends or scare your enemies with.
How awesome. This is where you represent. This is the Bloodsmith. I should call it the represent bundle. So because this is what I love type of thing, because it's nothing cooler than like I've connected in with people that have backed my projects, and they'll be out doing something else, and then I see them wearing they're at a convention, they're wearing the t-shirt of one of my projects. I'm like, that's cool. That's cool.
Awesome.
Representing. So I love this type of idea, and I'm gonna have to get one of these for the convention run when I do the convention. So
yeah, it's gonna be so cool. Now, so we've got the option now as well. You can get yourself drawn into a cast photo. So we'll have not just Idris Harrow that you see there, but the whole cast of the story, as well as the backers that pick this reward. So you'll get yourself drawn in to this expanded first issue, and you'll be able to see yourself in the style of Dave's artwork, which is pretty awesome. I'm so tempted to finagle my way into this one. just to get him to do a version of me, because there's not enough faces of Morgan Quaid out there in the universe.
Well, I was gonna say, because I love his style, I was thinking about doing this for my daughter. I was like, oh, that would be really cool to see her in that like 19th century type of attire with like maybe pigtails or
That would be pretty cool. That would be awesome.
like that.
Oh, you could do like a really creepy version as well. Like you could do a really nice, pretty version, but you could do a creepy, like the pigtails and the black eyes and
something to scare her and keep me awake if she doesn't keep me awake already enough as it is. So, but the drawing rewards, I have to say, are always one of my favorite rewards. I think this is something cool and unique. It's coming up to Christmas. Like, it would make a really cool Christmas present if you're kind of trying to think for something different for that creative person type of thing. Is like, I bought you this comic, but it's going to come in just after Christmas, but you're going to love it. And then they open it up and here they are drawn into the comic. I think that's a really cool a gift that you can, for people that might be trying to think of something a little bit different. So.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's also one of the pluses of being a comic creator is when you have a chat to the artist and say, hey, can you also just do like, just a version of this in your style? Just, whenever. Yeah. All right. So the character drawn in for issue 3. So the next issue of Bloodsmith, which we haven't done the artwork for yet. So it's a perfect opportunity. You can get yourself drawn into that issue as a character. You may be drawn in as someone that is devoured by a tentacle writhing monster, or a side character, or I don't know, a policeman, a Bobby back in the day, or whatever, whatever we're thinking. But yeah, you can get yourself drawn in to issue 3, which is pretty amazing, because then you won't just be in a cast photo in the back. You'll actually be in the issue itself alongside Idris Harrow and his band of people and such. Yes. I lost a bit of steam there in the end. Didn't know what to call them. Adventurers. Band of adventurers.
I wish I could afford the drawing reward. Yes.
Yeah. It's so cool to be in an actual, you're in the story. You're part of the story. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a very cool one. And look, we understand that these reward tiers are a little bit higher. So, we totally understand that people might not be able to afford those ones. But as I said, like for Christmas presents or all those type of things, it's kind of a really cool idea. And this is one that I started with the 13th Labor and has been super popular, which is to get yourself drawn onto a cover type of thing. So and on top of that, you get a bunch of these, so you get 10 copies with this. So not only do you get drawn onto it, but you get 10 copies to hand out to friends, family, or just keep all for yourself. But this is one of my favorite reward tiers and everything. And again, with all these higher reward tiers, you do get the expanded edition of volume 1 as well. So all the extras will be in those comics. So and then we've done this stuff. I've never done this one before, but this is something we've come up with together. Is a creator package for those creators out there that might be looking to launch or are about to launch a project and kind of are like, I need a little bit of help. So do you want to talk about what we're going to offer at this premium reward tier?
Yeah, so basically we will help shepherd you through your project. So it could be you're just starting off and you don't you've got an idea for a comic and you want to produce it yourself, but you're not sure about all the other stuff involved. So we will help you through that process. Or if you're, as Shaun said, you're just at the point where you're thinking, I'm ready to launch, but I have no idea what to do, how to crowdfund, any of that sort of stuff. So we will produce a 30-second
Oh, we've lost you. We've lost Morgan.
intro video for your
Oh. Are you still there, mate? Oh, the joys of live air streaming. No. Looks like we've lost Morgan.
There we go.
Oh, there we go, mate.
There we go. There we go.
Back.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. Normally, I would say it's something to do with Australia, but we're both in Australia.
You got to 30-second advert, and then you cut out.
Right. So we will do an amazing 30-second advert for you, which you can use for promotion as well as on the campaign that you run. We'll also do social media promotion for your project and help promote through some of our channels. We'll look over your script, give you some pointers, help do some light editing and those sorts of things, and then look over your actual campaign and help you prepare for what do you need to do. There's a bit of a science and a logic to how you do these things and what works and what doesn't. Shaun, as we've seen, has run many successful campaigns. I've run quite a few successful campaigns and have made literally every mistake you could ever make. So I could tell you all the things not to do, and Shaun could tell you the things to do. So it's a really good one for someone that wants to invest in their project, I suppose. And also it's kind of an education as well. So if this is something that you're wanting to do longer term, then this would be an investment, not just for your current project, but the things that you would learn you would be able to implement for future projects. And I'm done with the talking.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that I think that's the biggest thing to highlight is that it is great for a longer term investment. So you might go, $1,000 for this project. I don't really want to spend that money, but that fast track of development that you'll learn and being able to circumvent and navigate a lot of pitfalls and mistakes that you make, especially on your first or second campaign, is I think like highly valuable. I think for myself personally, I agree with you, Morgan. I'd made every mistake under the sun. Like I have had 28 successful campaigns. But I learned more out of my one failed campaign than I have out of all of those 28 successful ones because, I tried to jump too quickly. I didn't understand the level of audience that I had at the time. So I was going for a target that there was really no way that I was going to be able to kind of reach. So understanding all of those metrics and having formulas to work all of that stuff out, being kind of provided all that information, if you had that at the beginning, would save a lot of heartache type of thing. And look, there's even things in the last couple of campaigns that I've done. I'm like, I will not do that again. And then there's things that have worked, and I'm like, okay, that's worked. How do I replicate that again? And sometimes it can be lightning in a bottle, or it can be like a formula that you can use and kind of try and replicate from campaign to campaign. So if you are a creator, it is a great investment for not only the short term but the long term. And just wanted to say we're hit $625 in just under an hour from 19 backers. So thank you to everyone that has backed the campaign so far. We really appreciate it. We apologize in advance of absolutely posting this everywhere on all of our social media platforms. It's coming into Halloween, so expect us to be sharing a couple of other amazing projects that we know that are going to be launching over the coming weeks, a couple of Australian and international projects. So get ready. This is going to be a big month. We hope you enjoy Bloodsmith. Morgan, thank you very much for your time. We'll have to have you back on the show to give us an update on all of the projects you've been working on. But thank you so much for coming to Comics to Movies and bringing this project with you. I'm super excited to be involved, and yeah.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure. I can't wait. I love this story so much. The artwork is amazing, and I can't wait for people to get this in their hands. It's so cool. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try and see if we can squeeze Dave onto a show, even if we do it at a special time. If he's able to come on, I think that would be amazing. So, and if we can get him to do a Bloodsmith sketch while he's live on air, it would be even cooler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Again, we're just offering services to people that we haven't talked to, and yeah.
He'll be fine with it. He'll be absolutely fine.
I told you I'm really good. I'm really good at that. But no, thank you again, everyone. Have an amazing day or evening if you're in the US, and we will catch you very soon.
Ciao.